There was no Israeli state before 1948, but the day its formation was announced by Ben-Gurion, Harry S. Truman was the first president of any country to recognize its
I
existence.
also antagonized a lot of people by recognizing the state of Israel as soon.
Since then, Israel has encroached Palestinian lands and occupied a large portion of Palestinian territory. But the US, who represents itself as an advocate of peace, spotted it entirely. Settlements in West Bank expanded and legalized by Netanyahu government in Israel. A blockade wall was constructed around Gaza. The whole international community knows that what Israel has done is violation of human rights and international rights. But still, America supports and stands with Israel. Why? In this video, we are going to discuss why the US supports and stands with the Israeli state. Starting from the history years ago, you all will notice a similarity between formation and foundation of Israel and the US. Yes, occupy lands that once belonged to some other inhabitants. That's what the US calls historical relationships with Israel. The US believes that Israel is a victim as well as a victor. Because if they are going to stop their oppressions, there will be no Israel. And according to the US, it is the reason why Israel is right and US support to Israel is right. Now let's discuss strategic reasons why the US supports Israel. The first and the foremost is the US desire to maintain its position in the Middle East, especially for the cause of oil supply. As a big dealer of oil, the US needed a massive partner in the Middle East. But the rebels' remarks of different governments of Iran, Syria, Jordan, and even sometimes the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the US found it necessary to have Israel in that area. Another reason for its support for Israel is military-industrial complex of US. A number of documents shows that the US support its industry by selling weapons to Israel, and in return, getting military benefits that is not only important for US but also for its allies. The US has always been mentioned the narrative of peace process in Middle East. But the question arises, interfering in global affairs is promoting peace? By the way, US is struggling for its regional influence is a major reason to support Israel. By using Israel, the US can control the entire Middle East, and oil supply to the world is a notion that the US is following nowadays. People in America themselves have criticized its government for playing in hands of Israel. There is a huge lobby of Israel that not only affect US internal issues, but also have power to control its government and media. It's like a narrative building process in which the US is falling in hands of Israel and with its consent. Iran. Iran has always been a threat to America. Basically, America needs nuclear power-free Middle East, but it needs nuclear power-free Islamic world. America has been a supporter of Israeli nuclear project, but a staunch opponent to Iran nuclear project. That is also a reason for America to support Israel to keep Iran away from nuclear technology. The US is economically linked to Israel. This is like a Israelization of the US or Americanization of Israel. They both are linked to each other. As a controller of world's economy, the US uses its power to support Israel, and the state of Israel uses its might to control the US. It must be interesting for you to know that there is a group of Christians that support Zionism, called as Zionist Christians. Some people argue that such Christians in offices and government authorities are also a reason why the US support Israel. But let's have a look at another side of coin, where the US explains why it supports Israel. According to America, shared democratic values, historic alliance, counter-terrorism, strategic regional stability, technological innovation and provision of humanitarian aid is the reason why it supports Israel. But all its claims are standing false nowadays, Because in one way America spotted nuclear-free Middle East, and on the other side it continued its silence for nuclear project of Israel. The whole international community and the United Nations have condemned settlement of Israeli people in Palestine. But the US still stands with Israel. About 14,000 people have been killed in Gaza by Israel since October 7, 2023. But Joe Biden landed in Tel Aviv to show its support for the oppressor. Israel said it is a war against Hamas. But Israel is also attacking West Bank where there is no Hamas and America still support Israel's right to self-defense. In conclusion, lobbying in America and America's interest in Middle East are the major reasons why it is supporting demolition of Palestinian homes, killing of Palestinian people by Israel and Israeli projects. Thank you for watching.